Good afternoon, Knights fans. Hey, we're out for game number 2 of the MLK Invitational down in Dallas, Texas. This afternoon's opponent, the Texas Outlaws from College Station, Texas, home of the Texas Aggies. They made the trip up. We made the trip down. I made the trip over from Atlanta, out there watching some gymnastics yesterday, so a little broadcast silence in the game yesterday, a 4-2 loss for the Knights. The Outlaws took a 5-0 loss to one of the teams we play tomorrow. I'm not sure which one it is, so. Both teams coming into today's action 0-1, needing a victory if they want to give themselves a chance to make it into the semifinals on Monday. McMillan will be in net for the Outlaws. Russo backed up by Trent Smith in net for the Knights. Make sure I'm not on mute. I've done that before. Knights, keys to victory, couple of the same ones that we had last week when we were playing against Wichita. Have to work on limiting the shots from the other team. They gave up over 50 shots on goal again yesterday. 50 shots against on goal down in Wichita last weekend in both of the games. So we got to work on the defensive side, getting that puck out of net, limiting the amount of shots, and not getting outshot 2-1. And with that, then, once we get it out of the zone, controlling the puck, getting some shots on goal. 20 is just not enough for the high teams. We got to get more shots on goal, limit those shots, and then the big thing, control the penalties. Control the power plays. Hey, you're going to get penalties on goal when you're playing hockey. We know that's a fact. But limit the dumb ones, the retaliation penalties, the unnecessary penalties. If we can do that, the Knights are going to set themselves up into a good chance for that victory. Got a couple new players in here. They played last night too. Heath for the Knights playing up along with Michael's younger brother, Matthew Fortner. If you've been following me on the Facebook pages over the last few years, you've probably definitely heard that name. He's always 1 year below Chase. So they'll play together, and then they don't, and then they play together, and then they don't. So the Fortner brothers will be on the ice. Try to get the numbers here. I believe Noah Heath, I think I saw number 28. And Matthew Fortner will be number 48. That's a number he's normally carried through the years. A little bit about those two. Obviously, Matthew Fortner I talked about a little bit. Plays on the AA Bantam team, so he'll be playing up. And Noah Heath, number 28, also plays on the AA Bantam team. Plays with Jackson JC and Chase Bakta. Actually, all four of them play together. Have been practicing with the varsity the last few weeks that I've seen. Getting prepared to play at the 18 U high school level. So very good players will fit in very nicely. Let's see how they use them in the lineups. But a lot of familiarity, especially with Bakta, JC, and Heath. I believe they're all three forwards, where Matthew Fortner does play on the defensive side, adding some defensive depth to the Knights today. Hey, I'm pulling single duty. I'm just running my mouth today. We got old. What? Got some camera help from one of the other fans. So they're going to be working the camera. And that'll allow me to just keep my eyes on the ice and not have to focus on the camera and usually end up missing something. So here we go. We're ready for the start. Hey, they're going to bring out number 28. Noah Heath along with Bakta. I believe JC was over there. Brown and Hutch Smith starting on the defense. Outlaws got the puck. They'll bring it out in the neutral zone. Now it's grabbed by Brown. He'll swing it up the right-hand side. Bounces off one of the Outlaws. Pops back into the neutral zone. Right over towards Heath. The Outlaws will send it into the Knight zone over to Brown. He'll chip it off the glass. Out into the neutral zone. Now it's a foot race. Bakta is going to get there first. No icing on this. Down into the corner. Now grabbed by the Outlaws. They'll cross ice over near side. Slap back down, and we're going to get an offsides. Just underway, 32 seconds into the game. Face off here neutral. Smith, Banks, and Larson check in. Brown and Smith. Hutch will stay in on the defense. Another face-off win for the Outlaws. Now turnover, right comes right to Banks. He'll lose it out in front of the net. Outlaws will peel around the back of the net and try to bring it up the left-hand side. Chips it off the board, trying to get it around Hutch. Hutch will slow that up. Now he'll bank it off the back of the net. That comes right to Brown. He'll put on the brakes. Sends it back to Hutch. Hutch right back to Brown. Now they're bouncing it back and forward to each other. Finally up ahead to Smith. Trickles back out. Now it comes to Banks from Brown. He'll drop it off to Larson. Larson will backhand it down into the Outlaw zone. This will come back behind the net, grab behind the net by the Outlaws, pass Banks and up the left-hand side. Stretch out, that's loose puck, grabbed by Larson. Kicked back into the Knight zone. This will be Frederick, as Frederick and Braun have checked in on the defense. Quick outlet pass to Fortner. Fortner to Braun. Now Braun trying to work it into the zone, but loose puck right at neutral ice. Now it trickles out. Braun will retreat back, grab this one. Quick cross ice pass over to Frederick. Frederick chips it ahead to Banks. Everybody has to stay on side. Banks will slow it up, wait for him. Poke check right to his forehand. Quick shot, McMillan with the save for the Outlaws. Cleared out into the neutral zone. This will be Frederick racing back for the puck. Line change for the Outlaws. Forward change for the Knights. This will bring in Dunlap and Neal catching up with Fortner. Pass out ahead of Dunlap. Comes straight to McMillan. He'll jump on top of it. They'll blow it dead. Face off in the Outlaw zone. 12:55 remaining the first. No score. Dunlap will step in at center. Neal goes to the left. Fortner peels back just behind Dunlap. Quick face off to Fortner. That'll go to Morrison took that shot. Now it's cleared out into the Knight zone. Didn't see that defense change up with Morrison and Prazel coming in. That's going to be an icing. We'll come back down and face it off in the Outlaw zone. Dunlap will win it down towards the corner, grabbed by the Outlaws. Now loose puck up against the wall. Dunlap continues to work it. That comes to Neal. Neal down low. He'll peel it back over to Dunlap. Can't get a clean pass off. Outlaws will steal this one. Backhands it up into the neutral zone. Now reach back, grabbed by Neal. He'll leave it for Prazel. Prazel will peel back into the corner. Gets back checked a little bit, loses the puck. Now Fortner will grab it, chips it back around the net, brings it over to the near side corner, up the left-hand side. Fortner comes to the middle. He's got Neal to the left. He'll bring it in the right. Neal goes right to the front. Fortner around the corner, comes around the back of the net, looking to center it. Battle up front, saved by McMillan, now cleared by the Outlaws, up towards Prazel. Prazel holds it in. Big check up against the blue line. Down goes Prazel. Puck chips out into the neutral zone. This will come all the way down. Icing's called just past Trent Smith. Thought Russo was in net. They're starting with Trent. Line change for the Knights. They'll bring it down into the Outlaw zone. Goins, Chikini, and actually this will be Fortner playing on the forward line. Brown and Hutch comes in on the defense. Matthew Fortner, younger brother to Michael. Face-off grab by the Outlaws. Peels around the backside of the net. Can't handle the pass. Held in there by Hutch. He'll send one to McMillan. Save. Comes over near side. Matthew will send it back down into the corner. Fortner will center it up front right off the stick of Goins.
Caleb Brown, number 53, you're watching Knights Hockey.
Face-off in the Outlaw zone. Outlaws win this one. Blocked by Chikini. He'll backhand it. Kicked off to the side by McMillan. Off to the far left. Out into the neutral zone. Bounces off Hutch right back into the zone. They'll call an offsides on that. Face-off here at neutral ice. Goins wins one ahead out into the Outlaw zone. This will be grabbed by the Outlaws. Slapped around the backside of the net near side. Chikini will hold this one in down in the corner, back behind the net. Outlaws backhanded up the boards. Held in there by Fortner momentarily. Continues to stay down low. Grabbed by the Outlaws behind the net. Pressured by Chikini now up the left-hand side. Bounces out in the neutral zone. Brown will retreat back. Grab this one. Now he comes down into the Knight zone. And he'll wheel around the back of the net. Behind Smith. Up the left-hand side. Right to Fortner. Fortner will get it to Goins. Goins will lose it out into the Outlaw zone. Chikini tried to get to that one. Kicked out into neutral. Now Smith will send it up the boards. Battle for it right at the red line. Outlaws come away with it up the right-hand side. Stays onside. Now tries to center it up front. Goes right past everybody. Right off to JC as he's checked in. Here comes Bakta in also. Loses the puck. Chikini will step down, grab it near boards, chip it up the boards. Outlaws hold it in right towards Smith. He'll glove it up. They'll blow a dead face-off in the Knight zone. 10:26 remaining in the first. No score. Woo, that is rocky. Bakta will step into center. Grabs that one, peels it off in the corner. That'll go to Frederick. Frederick will kick it up the glass. Can't get it cleared. Quick shot right off the side of the net. Now it chips out, deflected out into the neutral zone. Outlaws race back for it. Pressured by Heath. Now Bakta to JC. Shot. McMillan with the save. Another save. They'll jump on top of this Bakta shot. They'll blow it dead. Face off in the Outlaw zone with 10 minutes remaining.
This game is brought to you by Meineke Car Care Centers of Kansas City. Trust your keys with Meineke.
Heath's off to the left. JC to the right. Bach to the middle. Frederick and Braun at defense. Face off one over to Heath. He'll kick it down low. Grabbed by JC. Peels it up the boards. Over to Heath. Heath will backhand it back. JC tries to center it up front to Bach. Blocked away. Frederick will hold it in right at the blue line. Now it'll kick out to neutral ice. Bach will retreat back. Grab this one. Now down into the Knight zone. Kicks it off the boards towards Braun. Grabbed by the Outlaws. Can't get it dumped into the zone as it bounces off one of their own players' skates. Now JC will send it center ice. Outlaws grab this one, dump it into the Knight zone left-hand side. Big check there by Braun. Frederick will race back for the puck, being pressured by the Outlaws down in the corner. A lot of Knights over there, but can't get a handle on the puck as the Outlaws are battling for it. Now some pushing and shoving going on back behind the play between Frederick and one of the Outlaw players. Now grabbed by JC. He'll grab it in the corner, comes up middle ice, now takes it over, or that was Braun, over to JC on the right. Down into the corner, back check pressure by the Outlaws. JC holds it around the back of the net, looking for a center pass. Cross ice over to Braun. Braun will skate in on the right. Takes a shot. McMillan with a save on the glove. They'll blow it dead. Face off in the Outlaw zone. Full line change for the Knights. Larson, Banks, and Smith come in on the forwards. Morrison and Prazel on the defense. Face-off goes far side. Larson will come over. He'll peel that one out. Kicks it around the back of the boards. Banks will race over in the corner. Poked away by the Outlaws. They'll bring it up the right-hand side. Chipped off the board out in front. That's going to be an icing. Just a little too far out in front. They'll bring it back to the Outlaw zone for another face-off. Larson kicks it over. Banks centers it up front. Grabbed by the Outlaws. This will come up the left-hand side looking for a cross-ice pass. Chip down into the Knight zone. Racing for the puck. Smith will kick it off into the corner. That'll come to Morrison. Morrison up the right-hand side. Chips it off the board trying to get it to Larson. Didn't see the pass coming. Comes right to Smith. Smith will send one towards McMillan wide of the net. Outlaws backhanded up the boards. Now kick it back down low, back behind the net. Comes right to Banks. Banks to the forehand. Takes a shot. McMillan shoots and scores! Kansas City goal! Number 16, Hoyt Banks from number 25, Charlie Larson. And with 8:10 remaining in the first, Knights strike first, up 1-0. Larson wins this one to Banks. Banks will peel it off to Morrison, bounces off his stick, goes down in the corner. Outlaws chase after it. Now it's pinned up against the boards. Finally trickles out the corner. At the wall come the Outlaws. They'll skate in, takes a shot. That's deflected. Goes off to the near corner. Now loose puck. This will be grabbed by Larson. He'll bring it up the left-hand side. Chips it around. Gets blocked. Banks will come in, skates after the puck, grabs it in the corner. Stolen by the Outlaws up the right-hand side. Chase back after. Backhander goes right into the glove of Smith. They'll blow a dead face-off in the Knight zone.
Charlie Larson, 25. You're watching Knights hockey.
Dunlap, Neal, Fortner. Hutch and Brown on the defense. Down goes a body check there by Brown. Outlaws come away with the puck. They'll take it around the backside of the net. Pressured by Dunlap. They'll bring it up high D. Near side thinks about a wrister. Now skates in. Off into the wing. Down deep. Takes a shot. Bounces off the side. Goes back behind the net. Outlaws come away with it. Centered it up front. Poked away almost by Fortner. Now a quick shot wide of the net. Fortner almost getting that steal. Outlaws got another shot off. Down behind the net. Grabbed by the Outlaws. Pressured by Brown. Tied up against the wall. Now centered up front. That'll come out towards Fortner. Outlaws kick it back down low. Brown working it down low. Here comes Fortner. He'll look to pick that thing out, trying to get it up to Dunlap. Outlaws keep it up against the boards. Now it'll trickle out. Neal's going to race over to the far side. Outlaws hold it in around the back of the net. Now that comes to Hutch. He'll kick it around the boards. Outlaws will hold it in near side. Nope. They'll lose it. Now it comes to Neal. Neal tries to pull back. Poked away by the Outlaws on that little poke check. They'll center around the boards. Dunlap's right there to hold it in. He'll look to center it right at the feet of Neal. He didn't know where the puck was. Grabbed by the Outlaws. Sent up the boards out in the neutral zone. Nice back check by Neal. Slows that up. Now it's kicked out into the Knight zone. This will be grabbed by Frederick. He'll wheel around the back of the net looking for that cross-ice pass. Comes right to Fortner. Fortner will chip it ahead to Neal. Neal bring it into the right. Go into the middle. He'll take a shot. McMillan with the save. Now around the back of the boards. Comes over near side towards the Outlaws. Goins is over there. And Neal's going to get called with something as he was skating off to the bench, slashing. He'll head to the sin bin. Outlaws will go to the power play, face off in the night zone. Matthew Fortner checked in. Now he'll crawl over the wall. Oh. Goins is in there along with Braun and Frederick, and I believe that's Chikini. Yes, it is. Work on killing off this power play. And broken stick there. He'll grab a new twig and he'll face it off here. Face off. Grabbed by Goins. Now kicked off into the corner on a poke by the Outlaws. Kicked up the boards. Outlaws hold it in near side. Kick it back down into the wing on the right-hand side. Now they'll send it behind the net. Back over to the near wing. Back up high to the D. Blocker saved by Smith. Goes off of the corner to Chikini. Chikini will try to clear it cross ice. That's grabbed by the Outlaws. Now poked away by Braun in the corner. They'll continue to battle over. Now comes near corner. Braun will come away with it. Kicks it up the boards trying to get it to Chikini. Oh, big check. Down goes Chikini. Outlaws hold the puck in. Now they come D to D near side. Backhanded down into the corner. 1:13 remaining on the power play for the Outlaws. Up the boards to Chikini. Up the right-hand side. He'll look to cross ice to Goins. Bounces off the board into the Outlaw zone. They'll clear it back up the right-hand side with 5 minutes remaining in the period. Outlaws will bring it in up the right-hand side. Down into the corner. Loses the puck. Frederick will come over. Can't get to it. Outlaws control behind the net. Looking to center it. Chikini looked for the big body check. Couldn't get that one. Outlaws control it in the corner. Now they'll bring it up high D. Goins standing right in the way of that. Shot goes wide right. Kicked off to the far side towards Chikini. He'll pinch it up against the boards. Now he'll sling it up against the boards to clear that out into the neutral zone. 30 seconds remaining on the power play. Quick line change for the Knights. In comes Bakta. In comes JC. Outlaws bring it in up the right. Now they'll go D to D far side over to the corner. Pops it up to the D. Just came in off the bench. Quick shot. Deflected. Bounces off to the near side corner. Comes over towards Bakta. Bakta will get it out into the neutral zone. Pressure. Here comes JC. He'll go to the middle. Has it dropped. Loses the puck. Comes off to the far corner. Now he'll battle for it up against the corner. A lot of pushing and after effects going on between Bakta and somebody else. Quick shot. That goes right towards Smith. He'll block that one away. That's the end of the penalty. Knights kill this power play off for the Outlaws. Centered up front. Now Smith will jump on top of it, blow it dead, face off in the night zone.
This game is brought to you by Par Electric. Par puts people first.
Face-off grab by the Outlaws. Now they'll send it around the back of the boards down low. Brown will work it. Comes away right off to Brown's stick. He'll clear it out, trying to get it to Smith. Out in front of Smith. That'll be icing. We'll bring it back for another face-off in the night zone. Face-off brought to you by CK Print Design. 3:26 remaining in the first. 1-0 Knights. Okay. Grab by Brown. He'll send it up the right-hand side to Smith. Smith will chip it up in the air. This will come to Banks. Banks up the left-hand side, pulls back to his forehand, tries to cross ice to Smith just out in front of him, goes off to the back. Grab by Smith. He'll lose it to the backhand to the Outlaws. They'll bring it up the right-hand side. Centered right up front. They try a drop pass. That's picked away by Banks down in the corner. Outlaws grab it. Look to center. It goes right to Hutch will bring it up the left-hand side. Over to Smith. Smith will bring it in. Can't get a clean shot off. That's grabbed by the Outlaws. Chipped up the boards. Hutch will hold it in momentarily. Now held in by Prazel. Nice job being right there, but it comes straight to the Outlaws. They'll sauce it up into the neutral zone. Comes right back to Prazel. Prazel with the backhand to Smith. Smith will dump it into the Outlaw zone. 2:30 remaining in the first. Larson will chase after it. Outlaws get there first. Kick it with the skate. Now they'll reverse flow back to the left. Chips it up the boards. Right to Morrison. Morrison kicks it right into the Outlaws bench. They'll blow this one dead. Face off at neutral ice. Dunlap, Neal, and Fortner check back in. Woe and Prazel on the defense. Face-off comes to Fortner. Fortner will chip it off the boards. Race after it comes to Neal. Neal right back to Fortner. Fortner in. Right up the middle. Loses it to a back check and a poke check by the Outlaws. Green Gates in the control corner. Tries a wraparound. McMillan jumps on top of that one. They'll blow that one dead. Dunlap and one of the Outlaws players tied up there right in front of McMillan. They calmly and back away. Give each other a little slap on the buttocks. We'll get a face-off here in the Outlaw zone with 2:05 remaining in the first. Face-off comes right to Neal. Neal will poke it over to Fortner. Fortner from the point. Saved by McMillan. Now rebound. That comes right up front. Net was off. Nice job by the Outlaws. They should blow that dead. I thought the net moved. Bouncing around right up front. Dunlap tried the backhand. Must be still on its post. Right to Prazel. He'll take a shot. Tried to deflection by Fortner. Goes off into the corner. Now the Outlaws will chip it up the boards. Fortner holds it in momentarily. Right at the blue line. Gets it back to Dunlap. Dunlap tries to get it to Neal just out in front of him. Now the Outlaws will clear it out in the neutral zone. Over to Dunlap. Dunlap to Moe. Off to the far side. He'll chip it up the boards trying to get it to Fortner. Now it kicks off into the Outlaw zone. Pressured by Moe. They'll go D to D over to the left-hand side. Moe will race over and try to get a forecheck on that. Now it comes right over near side, right to Prazel. Prazel will lose it to a poke check there to the Outlaws. Now backhand it over to Moe. Moe being pressured. Outlaws hold it in. Comes right up front. Now poked away there by Prazel. Popped up in the air. Grabbed by JC. He'll chip it off the boards trying to get it to Heath. And that gets a quick shot by the Outlaws. Saved by Smith. They'll blow a dead face-off in the night zone with 1 minute remaining in the period.
Michael Fortner, number 40. You're watching Knights Hockey.
Face-off brought to you by CK Print Design. Face-off comes the Outlaws up high. Deflected by Heath. Loose up front. Now it's kicked off to the side. Outlaws will hold it in momentarily. Now it'll come over near side. Outlaws will dump it down into the corner. Now cleared by Frederick out into the Outlaw zone. Pressure by Heath. They'll go D to D. Bounce it off the boards. JC will hold it in. Heath will go over and try to control it. Now it goes down in the corner. Trickles up towards JC. JC will kick it down in the corner. 29 seconds remaining. Heath and JC over there. JC comes away with it. Chips it off the board. Bounces it up to Braun. Braun will bring it to his forehand. Takes the shot. Goes wide of the net. Comes over near side towards Bakta. Frederick will have to race over and keep it down low. Right to the Outlaws. Nice back check there by Heath. Breaks that up. Trickles back around the backside of the net. Over near side to far side to JC. Over to quick shot saved by McMillan. Rebound. Shoots and scores! Kansas City goal. Number 5, Chase Bakta. From number 80, Broden Frederick, and number 90, Braden Braun. And with 2.6 seconds remaining in the period, Knights lead 2-1 or 2-0. That's the end of period number 1. Knights 2 goals off 17 shots. Outlaws no goals, 13 shots. So in the pregame, we talked about the 3 keys to victory. Staying out of the penalty box. We've had one. That's much improvement. It wasn't a smart penalty, but it was only one penalty. Cutting down the shots on goal. Well, that's 13. Last night they had over 20 in the first period, so we've worked on that and clearing it out of the zone to help limit those shots, and I think they've done a much better job on that. So the Knights are playing some better hockey and doing the things that they're going to need to do to continue to control the puck, put the shots on goal themselves, and it's working out as we've got 2 goals in the first period. McMillan and Smith tapping up gloves there at center ice. Even Hutch getting in there on the action, tapping it up with McMillan. Trent, the shot blocker, Smith over here to our left. McMillan heads to our right. Neil Fortner and Dunlap will step in on the forward line. Brown and Hutch on the defense. Face-off won by the Outlaws. Comes over near side, chipped up the boards. That'll come into the Knight zone right to Hutch. Hutch will go D to D up to Brown, up the left-hand side. He'll chip it ahead to Neal. Neal will backhand it in the Outlaw zone. Outlaws will clear it. Now it comes near side. This will be Brown. He'll send it back into the Outlaw zone. Down low, chase after his own pass. Outlaws kick it back near side, around the back of the net, up the left-hand side. Big body check by Fortner. Pinched over here up against the wall by Brown. Loses the puck. That'll come to Smith. Smith will bring it over. Tried to go near side to Neal. Neal couldn't handle puck, and we got an offsides. Outlaws player racing towards that blue line, but just couldn't get there before they brought the puck in. Face-off will go far side out in front of the Outlaw zone. Dunlap steps into center. Neal hadn't even got over to a spot yet. When they dropped it, that'll come back over to Hutch. Hutch will try to get it up the wall to Fortner. Outlaws will get this one towards the blue line. Pressured by Fortner, pressured by Hutch, down into the corner, continues to work the puck back behind the net. Now it comes out to Brown. Brown will try to pass it. That pass gets blocked. Outlaws come away with it, race around the backside of the net, right to the forehand. Quick shot, glove saved by Smith. Can't control it. Loose puck out front. Now it's kicked off back behind the net. Outlaws try to center it up front. Knights clear it out into the neutral zone. This will be grabbed by the Outlaws. Now stolen by Neal. His pass deflected. Loose puck grabbed by the Outlaws. They'll skate it in right up the middle. To the backhand. Dumped down low. Hutch will race after it. Outlaws will get there first. Now they'll lose it right to Hutch. Up the wall. Fortner gets it cleared out in the neutral zone. Chases it up the right-hand side. Neal stays on side to the left. Fortner tried to backhand to Neal. That's kicked out by the Outlaws. Loose puck grabbed by Neal once again. He'll send it back down low. Peels over the bench. Here comes Chikini. Puck tied up down low. McMillan will jump on top of it. They'll blow it dead. Face off in the Outlaw zone. 13-16 remaining in the second. Knights leading 2-0.
Jensen Russo, number 36, and you're watching Knights Hockey.
Goins, Chikini, and Matthew Fortner have checked in on the forwards. Morrison and Prazel on the defense. Goins will win this one right to Mo. He'll send one down into the corner. Outlaws get to it first, try to clear it up the boards. That will come out in the neutral zone. Prazel will race back for it. Now he'll backhand it right to Fortner. Fortner's pass stolen at the red line. And they'll bring it, tried to drag that toe, couldn't quite keep it onside. Offsides by the Outlaws, face off neutral ice. Quick line change for the Knights. Larson, Banks, and Smith come back in. Defense stays the same. Face off comes into the Knight zone, popped up in the air, now grabbed by Larson. Larson will pull back to his backhand, back to his forehand. Quick outlet pass to Banks. Larson chases after, comes right back to Banks, shoots! Wide left of the net. Nice back check by Smith as he blocked that pass, keeps it in the Outlaw zone. Outlaws control it back behind the net, puts on the brakes. Now Smith with a forecheck, popped up again. Now it'll trickle out to the neutral zone, over to Big Mo. Big Mo will go D to D over to Prazel. Prazel backhanded and thought there was glass there, and there wasn't. Goes straight into the penalty box. A lot of places have glass where the penalty boxes are, but this arena does not, so the pass went out right into the box. Face-off won by the Outlaws. They'll come D to D near side, now dump it into the Knight zone, down into the corner. Prazel will look over shoulder, chase after it. Outlaws get there first. Now behind the net, this will be grabbed by Larson, being pressured by the Outlaws. Up the near boards towards Smith, now pinched up against the boards. Larson digs it out. Ooh, takes a big body check up front. And they're still all tied up. Puck comes in, grabbed by Smith. They're still battling back here behind the action. Outlaws got the puck. They'll send it up the boards. That comes out in the neutral zone to Prazel. Now quick pass back to Larson. Larson will chip it out into the Outlaw zone. Smith will chase after it. Outlaws get there first, backhanded, but that comes right to Larson. He'll come around the back of the net. Looking, we got a penalty coming on the Outlaws. They'll touch it up. This one will be blown dead. As I saw it, looked like a trip. Nope, they're going to call a cross check. As somebody from the Knights went down. So the Knights will go to the power play with 11:26 remaining the second. Face-off will be in the Outlaw zone. Bach to JC. Nope. Yeah. Let's see, who's all coming in here? Looks like we got all kinds of forwards. We got JC, Dunlap, Fortner, Bachta waiting on somebody else because Fortner and Bachta are playing the defensive side. Here comes Banks. So JC, Dunlap, and Banks to the wings. Fortner and Bachta will go to the defense. Now Dunlap will go to the wing. Banks takes the face-off, wins it to Bachta. Bachta will skate in, takes a shot wide of the net. Bounces over near side towards Fortner. Fortner will hold it down into the corner. Outlaws grab it, back behind the net, chip it around the boards. Bachta will hold this one in at the blue line. Sends it back down low towards Banks. Banks will skate into his forehand. Sends it over to Fortner. Fortner back over to Bachta. Bachta toe in the blue line. Peels back around for a little time and space. Gets checked down. Good take the Outlaws, and they got a 2-on-1 coming the other way. Under the stick of Fortner, down into the corner. Outlaws will get there first. Pressured by Fortner. Michael Fortner. Now he'll send it around the boards over towards Dunlap. Dunlap will touch it to JC. JC looking. Cross ice over to Banks. Slowed up there at the red line. Now brings it in the Outlaw zone. Back check, pressured. Grabbed by the Outlaws, and a lot of stuff going on after the fact from both teams here. That was between Banks and one of the Outlaws players. This was grabbed by Bachta back behind the net. He'll bring it over to Fortner. Fortner up the left-hand side, chips it ahead to Dunlap. Up the left-hand side, chips it up the boards, down or into the corner, back behind the net. Outlaws will get to the puck, clears it around the boards into the corner. Now they'll saucer one off the glass, down into the Knight zone, clearing it out, killing off some power play time. Why did they call icing? You guys are down a guy. Is that a rule for the tournament? No icing, even on penalties? I'll have to check the rules on that, but they called icing, and unless it's a rule for the tournament, no icing on penalty kills, that shouldn't have been an icing. That comes right to Brown. He'll take a shot. That goes wide of the net. Hutch will hold this one in. Down into the corner to Larson. Sends it up the board to Smith. Smith cross to Brown. Quick slap shot. Saved by McMillan. Rebound, Neal. Shoots and scores! Kansas City goal! Number 71, Chase Neal. From number 53, Caleb Brown. And number 23, Hutch Smith. And with 9:35 remaining in the second, that's a power play goal for the Knights. Knights are up 3-0. Face-off brought to you by CK Print Design. Face-off won by the Outlaws. They'll come D-to-D over near side. Back checked by Dunlap. Can't get the puck. Outlaws control right to the front. They'll take a shot. That's deflected off Dunlap's stick. Goes up into the netting. Blown dead. Face-off in the Knight zone with 9:24 remaining in the period.
This game is brought to you by Par Electric. Par puts people first.
Face-off won by Dunlap. Down in the corner, that'll go to Hutch. Hutch will wheel around the backside of the net, sends it up left side to Neal. Neal with a quick outlet pass over to Fortner. Bounces right off his stick down in the corner. He'll chase after. Back behind the net, pressured by the Outlaws. They'll come away with the puck, sends it off the boards. That comes right to Brown. Poke check by the Outlaws. Now they'll get it cleared. Backhander. That's going to be an icing. They'll blow it dead, bring it back to the Outlaw zone for a face-off with 9:01 remaining in the period. Braun Frederick step in on the defense. Goins, Matthew Fortner, and here comes Chikini. Won by the Outlaws. They'll bring it right out in the neutral zone, up the right-hand side. Frederick will send him off towards the wall. Quick outlet pass down into the corner. Now grabbed by Braun. He'll lose it up against the wall. Outlaws try to keep it in, and we're going to get a penalty on this one. There were two players over there. I don't know if that's on Chikini or... We'll see here. They're working it out. That will be on Chikini for roughing. Outlaws go to the power play. Face-off will be in the Knight zone. 8:43 remaining in the second. Knights leading 3-0. We'll keep Frederick and Braun in there. Goins and Noah Heath will check in. Face-off kicked in the corner. That comes to Frederick. He'll come around the backside of the net, chip it up towards Heath. He'll chip it out into the neutral zone. Bounces off one of the Outlaws. Goins will chase after it. Pokes it down into the corner past the net. Now looking to center it up front. Nobody home. Bounces it off the side of the netting. Grabbed by the Outlaws. Now pressured. Goins will get the steal down in the corner. Now pinched up against the boards. Outlaws pull it out. And they'll get the breakout far side. Chip down into the Knight zone. Now grabbed by Frederick. Back behind the net. He'll send it up near side. Outlaws hold it in. They'll go D-to-D. Centered up front. That bounces off of Braun. Right back to the Outlaws. That one bounces off Frederick. Hey, you can't get a shot on net if your defenders block every shot. Nice job, boys. Backside of the net. Nice back check there by Heath. Now the Outlaws cleared out. This is going to be an icing. Comes by the left side of the net. Face-off will come down into the Outlaw zone. Larson and Smith check in on the forward line. Hutch and Brown will check back in on the defense.
Hutch Smith, number 23. You're watching Knights hockey.
56 seconds remaining on the Outlaws power play. Face off in the Outlaw zone. Tied up right at the dot. Now the Outlaws will try to clear it. Brown will hold it in, tries to send it back down low. Grabbed by the Outlaws. They'll bring it up the right-hand side, chip it off the boards. Hutch will look over his shoulder, grabs it down the corner, sends it up the boards. Outlaws hold it in. Deflected, saved by Smith. Popped right up over the net, right back in front. Smith can't get it cleared. Outlaws hold it in, looking for that backdoor shot. Goes wide of the net. Now Brown will get it cleared. Blocked by the Outlaws right up here in front. Smith will come chasing after it. Now down goes Larson. Outlaws come away with the puck. Up the left-hand side. Smith with the back check. Slows that up. They'll peel back towards the boards up to the D. Now they'll go D to D, far side. Pressured by Smith. Quick shot, wide left. Up into the net. They'll blow it dead. Face off in the Knight zone with 4 seconds remaining on the power play. 6:47 remaining in the second. Knights lead 3-0. Bogdan JC will check in on the forwards. Hutch and Brown will stay in on the defense. 4 seconds later, we'll get Chikini or somebody. Outlaws with the face-off win. Poked away by Bogdan. Sends it up the boards. Can't get it cleared. Outlaws will bounce one out in front. Quick shot, shoots and scores. That is a full-strength goal as the penalty had expired. Fortner hadn't made it back into the Knight zone. (3-1) Knights, 6:38 remaining in the second. Morrison and Praisel checked in on the defense. Bogdan JC and Michael Fortner on the forward line. Face-off one comes back towards Big Mo. Big Mo chips it up the boards, right towards Bogdan, or JC. Outlaws controlling it up against the boards. Now into the Knight zone. Poke check there by Mo. Nice back check by JC. He'll come away with the puck. He'll wheel around the back of the net. Pressured up the boards, gets it to Fortner. Fortner gets it right back to JC, out in the neutral zone. JC up the left. He's got Bogdan to the middle. JC skates in, shoots wide in the net. Grabbed by JC. Down low, looking to the backhand. He'll bring a backhand up to Mo. Mo can't handle that pass. Outlaws come away with it up the left-hand side. Praisel will make him put on the brakes. Now they'll cross ice. Quick shot, glove saved by Smith. Blown dead. Face off in the Knight zone. 5:52 remaining in the second. Larson, Banks, and Smith check in on the forward line. Praisel and Morrison stay in on the defense. That comes to Praisel, comes over near side towards Smith. Now pops out to Larson. Larson will bring it up the right-hand side. Looking for the pass now. Quick shot, save McMillan. Goes off to the far side, grabbed by Praisel at the blue line. He'll send it down into the corner to Banks. Banks will send it back up high to Praisel. Praisel keeps it in the zone, but now grabbed by the Outlaws. They'll bring it up the right-hand side. Praisel looking to back check. Quick shot right into the glove of Smith. Blown dead. Another face-off in the Knight zone.
This game is brought to you by Par Electric. Par puts people first.
Face off one over to the side to Praisel. He'll send it off the boards up near side towards Smith. Smith will peel back as he was being pressured. Now kicks it out in the neutral zone. This is stolen by the Outlaws. Pressured by Smith, though, pokes it away. Now gets dumped into the Outlaw zone. Grabbed by the Outlaws, swings around near side. Now they'll look to cross ice, tip down. That goes right to Praisel. Praisel touches it to Banks. Banks will maintain control in the Knight zone. Now kicks it over to Smith. Smith will bring it up the left-hand side. Larson stays onside. Right to Smith's forehand. He'll take a shot. McMillan with a save. Off to the far side. Held in by Banks. Banks pulls back to his forehand. Dumps it for Big Mo right at the blue line. Blocked by the Outlaws. Chipped off the boards out into neutral ice. Now foot race for the puck. This will come back. Praisel will grab this one with no pressure at the moment. Slowly back behind the net. Puts on the brakes. Looking for a way to get out of danger here. Outlaws will go to the right. He goes to his left. Blocked by the Outlaws. Now they'll grab the puck far left. Kicks it out in the middle. This is stolen by Larson. Larson a little far too out in front of him. Has it poked away and the Outlaws regain control of it. Wrapped around the boards. Comes over near side. Mo will try to hold it in. Can't get the backhand. Now the race after the puck comes to Praisel. He'll backhand it up ahead to Smith. Smith right to Larson. Larson back check, loses the puck, goes off far side. Banks will race over to it, keeps it up the boards. Now backhands it down low, right to McMillan. He'll jump on top of it. Blown dead, face off in the Outlaw zone. With 3:59 remain the second, Knights leading 3-1. And now a penalty on the Outlaws. I'm not sure what all that was about.
Hey, your guy put him there.
And no penalty. Okay. Refs just diffuse it, leave everybody out on the ice, let them play. Face-offs in the Outlaw zone. Fortner, Goins, Chikini in there. Braun and Frederick on the defense. Kick down low. Outlaws will get to this one. Hard off the boards. Whoa, takes an odd bounce past everybody. And that's going to be an icing. The bounce off the metal dividers, and instead of Prazel being able to get, or Frederick being able to get to the puck, it kicked out in the middle of the ice all the way down. Icing's called. Another face-off in the Outlaw zone. This time it'll be near side. Face-off comes to Matthew Fortner. He'll drop it for Braun. His slapper's blocked. Goes off into the corner. Fortner will chase after it. Outlaws poke check it off into the near wall. Now Goins will chase after. He'll keep it down low. Down goes Chikini. Outlaws get the puck. Wrap it around the backside of the net. They'll try their breakout the other way. Past everybody. Braun will hold it in. Skates it up front. Goins right there. McMillan with a save. Chikini grabs it. And McMillan will jump on top of this one. They'll blow that one dead. Face off in the Outlaw zone.
Thank you, Chikini. Number 92, you're watching Knights hockey.
Bach to JC, and Heath will check in on the forwards. Frederick and Braun will stay in on the defense. Tied up right at the dot. Now the Outlaws come away with it up the right-hand side. They'll chip it off the boards around Frederick. Loose puck. Outlaws chasing after it. Comes away with it back behind the net. Looking to center it up front. Now comes over near side. Cleared out into the neutral zone by the Outlaws. That was Heath with the clearing pass. Now the Outlaws will send it in. That's going to be an icing. They'll bring it back to the Outlaw zone and face it off. Smith, Larson, and Banks will check in. Outlaws will bring in Hutch and Brown on the defense. 2:59 remaining in the second. 3-1 Knights. Face off one down low. Banks will chase after it. Smith will get there. Oh, big body check. Now cleared up the boards, up the right-hand side. Back check by Larson. Slows that up. Now they'll lose the puck. That comes to Brown. Brown will send it back the other way. Outlaws miss it. Banks chases after it. Comes right to Larson. He'll kick at it. McMillan kicks it off the side. Rebound Smith. Rebound again. And McMillan, I think, sitting right on top of it. They'll blow it dead. Went into his right leg pad, right at his knees. Face off in the Outlaw zone. Or the Outlaw zone with 2:35 remaining in the second. Knights will keep all 5 players the same out there. Larson steps in, wins it over near side. Smith battling for it. Now Larson comes away with it, sends it back down low into the corner. Goes behind the net, loose puck. Outlaws come away with it. Backside of the net, looks to chip it off the boards, try the breakout up the near side. That's back checked by Smith. Holds it into the Outlaw zone. Now sent up the boards, held in by Brown. Brown will chip it off the boards, trying to get it to Banks. Outlaws will clear it up the boards once again over to Brown. Now Brown backhands it to Banks. Right to Banks' forehand. Now he gets a body check, loses the puck, comes right to Larson. Right to Larson's backhand. He'll bring it up near side. Oops, Hutz kicked at it, missed it. Out into the neutral zone. Knights will have to regroup and get back on side. Smith leads it for Brown. Brown cross ice. Banks and Smith were both going to the bench. It went right in between them down into the corner. Now centered up front, kicked off by McMillan over into the corner. Held by Larson right at the blue line. Now poked out by the Outlaws into the neutral zone. Grabbed by Brown. Brown will look to cross ice. This is deflected. Comes out into the neutral zone. Now grabbed by Bakta. Bakta will drop it for JC. JC will skate it in right up the middle to his backhand. Commits on the forehand. Shoots and scores! Kansas City goal! Number 28, Noah Heath, on the rebound from Chase Bakta. Heath's first varsity goal. Way to go, Noah. Hang out in front of the net. Look for the rebounds. Yeah, he's pumped. Good job, kid. Knights lead 4-1. 1:12 remaining in the period. Face-off brought to you by CK Print Design. Now it comes over to Neal. Neal tries to backhand it to Prazel. Has that pass blocked. Outlaws come away with it. Now they'll bring it in up the center over to the left-hand side. Pressure by Prazel. Shot blocked away by Trent Smith. Still controlled down low by the Outlaws. Prazel being... That wasn't Prazel. That was... Can't see who's down there in the corner. Just being laid on. Now Prazel just bullying. They were going to get a penalty on Prazel. Cross-checking, brought that cross-check way up high, and really no reason to be pinning him up against the boards. And now the Outlaws will go to the power play with 36 seconds remaining in the period. Knights leading 4-1, 2-minute cross-check. Oh, they get an offset, so now we'll skate 5-on-5. So there we go. So roughing by the Outlaws, cross-check by the Knights, 5-on-5 skate. They'll both be eligible to come out at the first dead whistle at what? 13:24 into the third period. Face-off won by the Outlaws. Dropped there, and now they'll go D to D. Banks right there. They'll come back near side D to D. Smith will work that. They'll send it down in the corner. Now look to center it up front. Nice job by Banks tying that up, but loose puck right up front, shoots and scores. Puck trickled off to the left-hand side, right side of Smith. Outlaws put a backhander top shelf into the net. 23 seconds remaining in the period. And is now 4-2. Larson, Smith, and Banks. Brown and Hutch still in there. Knights keep the same line. Face-off comes to the Knights. They'll bring it up the left-hand side. Now they'll zip one right at the red line. Down low, bounces behind the net. Brown will grab this one down low, wheels around the back of the net. Loses the puck. Now kicks it out into the neutral zone. Outlaws will pull it back. Waiting to get on side. Now bring it up the left-hand side. Quick shot. Shoots and scores. And 2 goals by the Outlaws in the last 33 seconds. And they've cut the deficit at half. It is now 4-3 with 1.5 seconds remaining in the period. JC, Bakhta, and Heath will check in for this face-off, and then that'll be the end of this period. So we head to the third. Knights leading 4-3. Knights 4 goals on 30 shots. Outlaws 3 goals on 28 shots. In the tournament, because of time restrictions, no cleaning of the ice that you may be accustomed to after the second period. Oh, and we got the Chiefs game going on. Somebody's watching it over there. Hey, do we have an ESPN update over there on the Chiefs-Texans? Score? 0-0. 0-0. All right, Frederick and Braun will be out here on the defense as we start the third. Bakhta, JC, and Heath on the forward line. See if the Knights can get this Outlaws momentum slowed up here, as they got 2 goals in 30-some seconds to bring this thing within a goal. Down into the Outlaws zone. Now the Outlaws will look to clear it. JC holds it in with the steal. Takes a shot. That's deflected. Goes way wide right. Outlaws will grab it in the corner. Now the wheel around the backside of the net. Up the right-hand side. Big cross-ice pass. Nobody home there for the Outlaws. This will be grabbed by Braun. Braun will wheel around the backside of the net to his backhand near corner. Loses the puck. Now pinched up against the boards. Around the backside of the net. Outlaws come away with it to the backhand right in front of the house. Now they'll peel off a little time and space off to the far corner. Brings it back up high. Now kicks it off to their D. Takes it down into the corner. Pressured there, and that's going to be a penalty up front. This is going to be on the Outlaws. And they're going to put Braun in there, so they're going to call this offsetting again. So they'll be eligible to come back at 12:05, or the first dead whistle at 12:05. Still got 2 other ones in there, one for each team. That should be eligible to come out in about 30 seconds for the first dead whistle. After that, we'll skate 5-on-5, face off in the night zone. Larson's in there. He sends it off towards Brown. Brown will send it up the boards, trying to get it to Smith. Outlaws hold it in. Now they've got the puck far left side. Skates in, takes a shot. Saved by Smith. Pinched into the corner. Now grabbed by Larson. Chipped high up in the air. This will come over to Hutch. Hutch will look for a breakout over to Banks. Banks will bring it in. Back to his forehand. Off to the far right. Has it poked away down in the corner. Loose puck. That comes to Smith. Smith can't get a shot off. Now grabbed by Banks in the corner again. Peels back to his backhand. Has it lost from a poke check. Tied up. Outlaws will try to send it up the boards. That comes to Brown. Quick shot. Saved by McMillan. Comes over near side to Larson. Larson back up high to Brown. He'll toe the blue line. Sends one up front. Blocked away by the Outlaws. They'll try to clear it up the boards. Hutch will hold this one in. Sends it D to D, but Brown was in the neutral zone. So now he'll lose the puck. Race after. Now it comes to Banks. Banks will chip it up the boards into the Outlaw zone. They'll backhand it D to D near side. Kicked out to neutral. Oh, now stolen by Fortner. Right up the gut. Fortner to the right. Takes a shot, shoots, and scores! Kansas City goal! Number 40, Michael Fortner. Off the turnover at the red line, takes it right into the Outlaw zone, peels off to the right-hand side, slaps one in the back of the net. And with 12:56 remaining in the game, now the Knights are up 5-3. That'll bring Prazel and the other Outlaws player out of the box. We'll still skate 5-on-5. This is Fortner, Dunlap, and Neal. Prazel will go to the ice along with Big Mo. Loose puck, finally grabbed by Morrison, sends it up. Now Dunlap will send it into the Outlaw zone. This will be grabbed by the Outlaws. They'll try a cross-ice pass up the left. Now they backhand it in the middle. This is stolen by Fortner again. He'll backhand it over to Neal. Neal will try to touch it back to Fortner. Outlaws got to the puck. Now Fortner continues to work it up against the boards. Outlaws come away with it. They'll lose it down into their own zone, but gain control. Now they'll go D to D on a quick cross-ice pass. Now they'll cross it up. That's slapped by Neal. Popped up by Dunlap down low. It wasn't a high sticking. His stick wasn't high up in the air. It was level with his waist. Around the boards it goes. Morrison will kick it down low. Now grabbed by the Outlaws. They'll come D to D. Up the wall. And chipped around Prazel. Up the right-hand side come the Outlaws. Nice back check by Dunlap. Shot goes right into the glove of Smith.
Bo Smith, 77. You're watching Knights hockey.
11:59 remaining in the game. Knights leading 5-3. Face off in the Knight zone. Goins, Matthew, Fortner, and Chikine have checked in. Morrison and Prazel staying on the defense. Outlaws win the face-off. Try to go D to D. Grabbed by Chikine. He'll kick it out in the neutral zone. Outlaws will send it right back into the Knight zone. Back low down behind the net. Morrison will race after it. Brings it over near side. Kicks it up the boards. Outlaws hold it in. Send it back down low to Prazel. Prazel will slap it off the boards, sending it up towards Matthew Fortner. He can't get to it. Here comes Goins. Now battle for the puck. That's kicked back behind the net again. Over to the near corner, grabbed by Prazel, chipped off the boards, pops out in the middle. Outlaws hold it in, come around the backside of the net. Now they'll bring it up high to their D. Misses on the pass. Fortner chases after it. Loose puck. Now everybody's falling over each other. Goins continues to battle for it. Down into the Outlaw zone. Down low into the corner. Outlaws get there first. Still loose in the corner. Fortner chases after it. Chikine tries to hold it. Now Goins will kick in. That'll be grabbed by the Outlaws. Up the right-hand side come the Outlaws. Mo will send them wide right. They'll look to center it. Out in front. Now it comes over far side. Prazel's right there. Loose puck right underneath his feet. And now we're going to get a penalty on somebody. A lot of bodies over there, and everybody was touching the puck. I don't know who they called it on. And I think they're going to call offsetting again. Outlaws will send one to the sin bin. Prazel will go to the sin bin. Face-off will be in the Outlaw zone, and we'll skate 5-on-5. Both players eligible to come out at the first whistle after 8:52. This will bring out Heath, Bakta, and JC. Brown and Hutch on the defense. Steady Eddie. He steadied it up. Nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. Oh, so there's no penalty on the Outlaws. It was just on Prazel. They put one to the box. So this will be a power play for the Outlaws. Knights win the faceoff. Brown comes around the backside of the net. I didn't see the Outlaws player climb out of the box. Quick wrister there right into the gut of Smith. They'll blow it dead. We'll face it off in the Knight zone once again. Tied up the dot. Now comes to Brown. Brown tries to clear it. Outlaws send it back down low. This will go behind the net. Outlaws grab the puck. Now they'll lose it right around the backside of the net. This is grabbed by JC. JC will wheel around the backside of the net. Quick out to the middle. Now up the left-hand side. Bacta will get onside. JC takes it down left, tries to center it, blocked by the Outlaws. Oh, we're going to get a penalty on the Outlaws. As a late check there on JC. Well after the puck was gone. This will neutralize the Outlaws' power play, and now we'll skate 4-on-4.
This game is brought to you by Meineke Car Care Centers of Kansas City. Trust your keys with Meineke.
They're going to give him interference. Face off in the Outlaw zone with 10:15 remaining in the game. Minute 24 remaining on the 4-on-4 skate, and then the Knights will go to the power play. Face off grab by the Outlaws. They'll peel down in the corner, backhanded around the back of the net. Nice job by JC as he blocks that one. Tries to center to Bacta, blocked away by the Outlaws. Bacta will chase after behind the net. Bounces around up front, now kicked off near side. Brown will step down. He'll get it right to Bacta. Bacta will send it up to JC. Big slapper goes wide right of the net. As it was deflected, comes over near side. Bacta will chase after, trickles up the boards to Brown. Can't keep it down low. Now out in the neutral zone. Here come the Outlaws up the left-hand side. Poked away there by Bacta. Kicked out in the neutral zone by Brown. Now stolen by Bacta. Bacta will bring it to the middle. Peels away, backhands it down low. 40 seconds remaining on the 4-on-4. 9:30 remaining in the game. Pressured by JC. Loose puck. He gets the steal down the corner. Now he'll lose it right to the Outlaws. They'll send it out in the neutral zone. Tapped away there by Larson, so no icing. Smith will touch this one up. Kicks it behind the net. Outlaws will line change everybody. JC goes to the bench. So we got Brown, Larson, Smith, and here comes Banks stepping over the wall for the fourth. Brown's got a head of steam. He goes from the right all the way to the left. To his forehand, sends a shot way wide right. Round the boards it goes. Banks will hold it in up against the boards. Now the Outlaws come away with it. Right to the stick of Smith. Smith can't send it down low. Now kicked out in the neutral zone. Outlaws come away with the steal. Backhand poked away by Smith. Down into the corner. Smith chases after it. Knights are to the power play for 25 seconds. Comes away to Brown. Brown will cross ice over to Banks. Banks across the red line. Has it poked away right to Larson. Larson will cross ice over towards Frederick. Braun's come in. Now Banks has got the puck. 10 seconds remaining on the power play. He'll drop it for Frederick. Nice poke check by the Outlaws. Now they'll backhand it in the Knights zone. That'll kill off the end of the power play. And we'll go to 5-on-5. Banks up the right-hand side. Pulls back, or left hand. Kicks it off to the right to Smith. Poke check by the Outlaws. Now they'll gain control. Pressured by Banks. Outlaws control it. Bounces one off. Banks comes right to Larson. Larson to the right. Takes a shot. McMillan with the save. Right off the right leg blocker. 7:52 remaining in the game. Outlaws control the puck. Nice pressure by Smith. Gets the poke check. Loose puck. Nobody's got it. Now the Outlaws will clear it off the boards. That'll come right to Braun. Braun will bring it cross ice over to Frederick. Frederick up the left-hand side. Has it lost from a poke check, and the Outlaws will bring it the other way. Back check. Now grabbed by Matthew Fortner. Kicked away by McMillan into the corner. Fortner will chase after. Chikaine's over there. Big reverse check. Now we're going to get a penalty on, I think that was Chikaine. And the Outlaws back to another power play with 7:18 remaining in the game.
Wait, Banks, number 16. You're watching Knights hockey.
Goins and Matthew Fortner stay in on the forward. Braun and Frederick on the defense. Face-off won by the Outlaws. Quick outlet pass right between the D. Goes all the way in the neutral zone. Now they'll come D to D near side. Send it back D to D. Fortner will chase after it as that was behind their defensive player. Centers it up front towards Goins. Outlaws come away with it. Now they'll break it up the right-hand side. Pass out into the Knight zone. This is grabbed by Braun. Can't get it cleared. Two Knights run into each other. Outlaws come away with the puck. Centered up front. Oh, shot goes wide of the net, off to the near corner. Grabbed by the Outlaws. Now they'll look to center it up front. That's deflected by Braun. Outlaws hold it in. Saved by Smith. Another shot. That goes off the side of the netting. Frederick down there working it against the board. 6:30 remaining in the game. Everybody all tied up. Outlaws come away with it. Now goes far side. Outlaws will kick it up the boards. Fortner will kick it out into the neutral zone. There's going to be a... Oh, they're going to say it hit one of the Knights players on the bench, so they'll face it off in the Knights zone. Must have just went a little bit above the wall and hit either Smith or Russo over there. Larson will step in to take the center face off, kicks it off to the boards, grabbed by the Outlaws. They'll backhand it up to the D. Now they'll come D to D near side, pressured by Smith. Bounces a shot right off of Smith, stays in the zone. Now pressured by Larson. Braun's down there. It's off to the far side. Comes to Braun. The Outlaws keep it down into the corner. Down goes Braun, chasing after the puck, and we're going to get a penalty. And now we got all kinds pushing and shoving after. Oh, now we got a fight. So both players are going to get misconducts on this. They'll probably be done for at least a game or two, maybe the rest of the tournament. See how this one forces out. Braun's going to go to the penalty box. Looks like he's getting something. Maybe having to serve for the penalty on Frederick. 5:55 remaining in the game, and it'll be a minute as we search this stuff out. So this will be a 5-on-3 power play now for the Outlaws, offsetting misconducts. So nobody will have to serve those. Didn't see what they called on the Braun penalty, but it will be a 5-on-3. So we'll have Fortner, Brown, and Hutch in there. Braun must have got a roughing or something of that nature. Face-off win by the Outlaws. Now they'll come D to D near side. Big slapper goes deflected by Smith, goes wide of the net. Grabbed by the Outlaws. Round the back of the net, far side. Up the wing. Now they'll saucer it over near side up to their D. Skates in, blocked by Smith. Nice job by Smith. Comes right back to the Outlaws. Now that's saved by Smith. Goes off into the corner, grabbed by the Outlaws once again. 14 seconds remaining. Quick shot goes wide right. Poked by Smith. Grabbed by the Outlaws. Now grabbed by Smith behind the net. He'll saucer it out in the neutral zone. Goes towards Fortner. Comes straight towards McMillan. He'll kick it off to the far side. Grabbed by the Outlaws. 5-on-4. Chikaine's out. Larson's in. Grabbed by Fortner. Kicked out in the neutral zone. This comes right towards Larson. Now the Outlaws will grab it near side, up or far side, up against the boards. Bring it in left-hand side, up to the middle. Swung at by Prazel. Outlaws control it. Now they'll send it down low around the boards, backside of the net. Brown's right there. They'll kick it off the boards up to their D, up to the near side. 55 seconds remaining on the power play. Skates in. Now the cross ice whiffs on the one-timer. Now they'll grab it backside of the net. Sends it up to their D. Now they'll go D to D, far side. Skates in, takes a shot, wide left of the net. That'll come over to Larson in the corner. He'll tries to kick it off the boards. That'll go out into the neutral zone. Grabbed by the Outlaws. 30 seconds remaining. They'll bring it back up the left-hand side. Comes right to Larson. Now back to the Outlaws. Can't get a clean shot off. That goes back down low. Kicked off by Smith. Now rebound right up front. That's cleared, and that's going to be offsides. .408 remaining in the game. 14 seconds remaining on the Outlaws power play. This will bring in Neal and Smith. So Neal will go to the center spot. Big Mo and Prazel. Smith will head off to the right-hand side. Neal wins it off to Smith. Smith will send it into the Outlaw zone. Continues to chase after the puck. Outlaws get to it. Now they'll look to cross ice. They'll bring it over near side. Touch pass to the center. Back check by Neal. Dump down into the Outlaw zone. Pinched up against the boards. Now pressured by Prazel. That pops out. That'll come to Banks as the Knights are back to full strength. Banks will bring it in right-hand side. He's got Neal to the middle. Gets tied up. Now regains the control of the puck down in the corner. Loses it once again. Comes right to Smith. He'll center it up front towards Neal. Can't get a clean shot off. Outlaws come away with it. Up the right-hand side. Quick outlet pass. Dump down the boards. Down into the corner. 3:20 remaining. Backside of the net. This will be grabbed by Mo. He'll lose it to a back check. Now the Outlaws will hold it in right at the blue line. Takes the shot. Deflected by Prazel. Prazel will clear it out into the neutral zone. Grabbed by the Outlaws. They'll quickly cross ice. Pressured by Smith. Drops dead right up against the boards. His backhander comes to the Outlaws, and they'll come D to D near side. They'll bring it up the right-hand side. Line change for the Knights. They'll bring it in. Quick shot, shoots. Saved by Smith. Prazel went for the block, and they sent it right behind Prazel. Right into the gut of Smith. They'll blow it dead. Face off in the Knight zone.
This game is brought to you by Par Electric. Par puts people first.
Bakta, JC, and Heath have checked in. Defensively, Brown and Hutch sent up the boards into the neutral zone. Now poked away. Outlaws will grab this one. They'll quickly go cross ice. Pressured by JC. Gets the steal. Will chase after it. Down into the corner. 2:35 remaining. Cleared out by the Outlaws. Hutch will chase after this one. He'll be pressured right up the boards. Cleared by Hutch out into the neutral zone. Outlaws will have to get back on side. Comes to JC. He'll send it into the Outlaw zone. Chipped off the glass. Held in by JC. Loose puck up against the boards. Cleared. Held by Hutch. Now kicked out in the neutral zone. He'll just send it back over to Brown. Brown will retreat back for a little time and space. Far side. Now across ice over to Heath. Heath will quickly sling it into the Outlaw zone. Right back into the neutral zone by the Outlaws. Quick outlet pass. That's stolen by Bakta. Bakta will bring it in the right. Pulls back to the middle. Loses the right. JC shoots. McMillan with the save. Right to Bakta. Quick shot. That goes wide of the net. Comes over near side. Heath will grab this one. Sends it up the board to Smith. Deflected. Goes over the net by JC. Grabbed by the Outlaws. Kicked up in the air. That'll come to neutral zone. Out into the Knight zone. They're going to wave off icing. Smith will look over his shoulder. He'll get time on this one with 1:35 remaining in the game. Around the boards, Outlaws get a poke check. Clear the puck. Now it's grabbed by Brown. Brown will send it up the boards. Outlaws hold it in. Quick shot wide of the net. Comes over near side towards Heath. Outlaws hold it in. Now Smith's down there. Comes away with it. Sends it up the board to Heath. Heath will look cross ice. That's deflected. Comes right to JC. JC at the red line. And we're going to have offsides. Face-off will come to neutral ice with 1:08 remaining in the game. Knights leading 5-3. Chikini, Dunlap, and Goins in. Face off one into the Knights zone. Right to Chikini. Chikini with a shot. McMillan with a save. He'll cover it up. Has to get those nice flowing locks out. Uh-oh. Might have an equipment issue. We'll take a minute to see if they can figure out what was broke there, causing the helmet to come off. Strap or a clip. 1 minute remaining in the game. Knights 5 goals on 37 shots. Outlaws 3 goals on 40 shots. Dunlap, Goins, and Chikini are in there for the Knights. Morrison and I can't see who's on that other side of him. Looks like Braun in there on the defense. So, hey, as promised, we were going to talk about gymnastics since we're in the gymnastics season. Auburn with the win last night. $197.7, I think it was, to 197.175, I believe, for Arkansas. Auburn over Arkansas, number 12 over number 17. And the Golden Child, mine, Marissa Neal, taking first on floor with a career-high 9.925. And tied Jocelyn Robinson from Arkansas, the alternate for the 2024 Olympics. And tied for first also on floor on her floor debut, 9.850. So good job, Marissa. Kiko Jong, Marissa's roommate, taking the all-around. 39.4 something. Great job, Kiko. Sophia Groth tied for first on floor. Probably should have won it, in my opinion. I don't know where they came up with her deductions at. That floor routine looked spot on. Kiko had a 9.850 on floor also. So it's a five-way tie for first. 2 from Arkansas, 3 from Auburn. Auburn Tigers will be back at it next Friday. I believe it's on ESPN2, so if you got it, hey, check it out. Auburn Tigers will be hosting Oregon State. Jade Carey, one of the Olympians, competes with Oregon State. She had a huge meet last night at 39.8. Absolutely outstanding. 2 tenths deductions on 4 events. Definitely the anchor for the Oregon State Beavers, or whatever they are. Still working on McMillan's helmet. Looks like we're getting maybe close. He's doing some final adjustments. There he goes. He got it in his paws. There we go. There goes McMillan. He'll head off to the net. Final minute of regulation. Knights leading 5-3. Face off in the Outlaw zone. Well, maybe. There he goes. Okay, he's got his bucket on. We're ready to go. Dunlap's checked in. That face-off will come right to Mo. Mo will pull back. He'll send a shot. That's deflected right into the glove of McMillan. Chikine and Goins in there also. That is Braun, the other defenseman. Grabbed by the Outlaws, tied up by Goins. Now kicks out. That'll come to Braun in the neutral zone. He'll look to cross eyes, tipped by the Outlaws. Down into their own zone. Quick D to D out in front. That'll go to Goins. Goins will send it off the boards down low. Chikine will chase after it. Comes back behind the net. 35 seconds remaining. Grabbed by Goins. Right up front. Outlaws will finally clear it. Up the middle. Quick speed right up the gut. Now they'll drop it to the right. Deflected by Goins. Comes straight towards Smith. Outlaws get there first. Shoots and scores. Maybe. I didn't see a point. Okay, they did. And with 21 seconds remaining in the game, the Outlaws have cut the deficit in half. It's 5-4. And that's still enough time. Remember, they scored 2 goals in 33 seconds to end the second. Knights cannot rest on their laurels here. They got to get control of the puck, get it down into the Outlaw zone, and burn off the rest of this clock. Grabbed by the Outlaws. They'll bring it up the right-hand side. Pressured by Chikine. Now loose. Dunlap will kick it back in the neutral zone. Back into the Knight zone. Now we got a tie up here. And they're going to send both of them to the sin bin. Ref gave them both fingers. 10.5, not the middle finger. Pointing both of them to the sin bin. Chikine goes off. They're both going to get roughing. Face-off should be at neutral ice. 10.5 seconds remaining. We'll keep it as a 5-5 skate. Hutch and Brown in on the defense. Goins, Banks, and who's the 5th player? Dunlap's standing there, but over by the bench. Now he'll come over. Banks will go to center. Empty net. Face-off one ahead by Banks. This will be grabbed by the Outlaws. Pressured by Banks. Quick pass. Bounces off a skate. Dunlap comes over. Brown will keep it down low. That's the end of the game. Outlaws. The Knights win this one 5-4. Outlaws, 3 of their 4 goals came in the final minutes of 2 of the periods. So the Knights will move to 1-1 in the tournament. Outlaws go to 0-2. Final game for today. We'll have 2 tomorrow. I believe it's 7:30 and then 2:30. So 2 games tomorrow. Knights will probably need to win at least one of them to give themselves a chance to hit to the semifinals. Wichita lost yesterday. They're down here too. We're all familiar with Wichita as we've played 4 games against them so far. I know they lost earlier. I don't know what they've done today. McMillan and Smith touch gloves, give each other a little talk. And that's the end of this one. We'll take the rest of the evening off and relax. We'll be back tomorrow, 7:30 for game number 3. Final score, Knights 5, Outlaws 4.